Ascent Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents From Founder to Future, a business roadmap to impact, longevity, and employee ownership. By John Abrams. Forward by Ari Weinzweig. Narrated by George Newbern. Forward. A loving look into the future of business. Ari Weinzweig, co-founding partner of Zingerman's Community of Businesses. I sure wish I'd had a copy of this book by John Abrams back in 1982, when my business partner, Paul Saginaw, and I opened Zingerman's Delicatessen. Yes, it's true that over the last 42 years, we have managed to stumble and bumble our way into learning and practicing much of what John has shared in these chapters. But our lives sure would have been a whole lot easier if we had been able to learn from John's words of wisdom. If we had From Founder to Future back then, it would have allowed us to practice one of John's primary messages. Begin your business with the end in mind, not in some doom-scrolling, social media-fed fear of going out of business way, but in the uplifting spirit of creating employee-owned, community-minded institutions that spread wealth and well-being as widely as possible. Instead of planning for Wall Street IPOs to generate more wealth for the founders, these businesses help to keep communities going for generations. Over the last 50 years, John Abrams and his colleagues at South Mountain Company have demonstrated that cooperative models can be magical ways to do business. When employees are empowered to be active owners in the businesses of which they're a part, both they and the business do better. Dignity and doing the right thing are very much aligned with running a good business. No matter what your business is in its life cycle, starting up, middle age, or starting to think about succession, From Founder to Future is guaranteed to help guide you to a good place. The models that John describes in such helpful detail are, I believe, the future of business. I first met John in the spring of 2012. I had read his 2008 book, Companies We Keep, as part of our own early explorations into what succession and more widely shared ownership might look like at Zingerman's. We were in the first few months of our 30th year in business, and were finally beginning to grapple with how to handle succession. I found a couple of people who knew John. Introductory emails were sent, phone calls were made, conversations commenced, and a friendship began. A year later, John flew out to Portland to share with us his learnings about employee ownership and succession planning at our annual partner meeting. What you have here is essentially the wisdom that John generously shared.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?